Hi there, and welcome back to the Energy Sector Heroes podcast. My name is Michelle Fraser, and every week I will speak with incredible people who share their lessons, experiences, and stories from their time spent in the energy sector. Hi there, and welcome back again to this week's episode. If you're new to the show, then please take a second to subscribe and even consider sharing the show with just one other person. This week I am joined by Ketan Patel. Ketan is the head quality, reliability and development at First Solar. Ketan, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm responsible for the quality and reliability at First Solar, which is very interesting part of the career. This is the first time I have been leading the teams for quality and reliability for the green energy product. Whole my career, I have been working on the semiconductor products, but most of the products were for consumer electronics, automotive, aerospace, and some industrial applications. I am from India and I have studied in different countries, including UK and US, and have also worked in Europe and then now I'm in US, worked in multiple companies like Alcatel, Bosch, Honeywell, Apple, and now with First Solar.
Okay, so how did you get started off in the energy sector?
It was coincident. So I was with Apple and was based in West Coast, moved there from Pittsburgh, that is in East Coast, for 6 months. And COVID started, came back to Pittsburgh, was working from home. When Apple asked to come back to work, my family changed their mind and they wanted to stay in the East Coast. I was not actively looking for the jobs. I was passively in the industry, and the recruiter reached out to me, and I started talking with First Solar and started understanding more about the product, their scope, their mission, and I really like the product. I fall in love with the product. Technology they have is the one of the first, and I think only existing industry at a manufacturing level with the solar panels that is semiconductor based. Like we produce the small wafers from start to end and we get the chips. This is the same thing. We start with the glass at the end of the production line. We get the solar panel. It's fully integrated process and generating the energy using the thin films. And what that tells is for the small wafers, I have seen a lot of challenges and have improved the quality and reliability of the from the design side and also from the process side at the wafer level. Now I got an opportunity to take the wafer that is of 200 millimeter or 300 millimeter and go to the module level scale that is in meters, where the complexity multiplies, not it adds, but it multiplies. And I wanted to use all my knowledge to have the reliability and quality of our solar panels at the best of the competitors. And this all came to my mind, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be very interesting and very challenging for me. And I was ready to take that opportunity. Second point was very interesting was that this product, in the past, I never thought about how much benefit the green energy does to the world. But with the last few years, where the climate changes are drastically happening, and I personally feel how the things are changing, and the scope of our industry, especially my company, is to help the humans, that is our future generations, in improving the climate change and by developing and manufacturing the product that is more than 90% recyclable. The life is 30 years and generating the energy from the sun that is like pure green energy. That all connected the dot, and I'm like, this is for me. And they made an offer to me, and I took the offer, and my family was able to stay in the East Coast. They were happy. I'm happy that I got the opportunity to take the new challenge, and every day goes very fast. The morning starts and the day ends, I don't even realize. So this is the journey, and this is how I took the opportunity.
That seems interesting. So, what do you like most about your current role?
The best part is that I have the visibility and I have a strong influence across the whole organization from end to end to drive the reliability and quality of the product. So that is the most fascinating thing. What that means is I'm the support function, starting with the technology development to the customer service. I am fully integrated with each functions. I get a like different groups have visibility of small portion of the product. I get the visibility of the full product. So whenever I'm developing, we are developing the new technology right now, ProsGuide. I see the technology that is in development phase. I can immediately take my experience of the existing product, connect to the customer experience, and say, these are the things that we have to be very careful and we have to be strong in technology development that will give the best customer experience. So this is the most important thing for me, and this is the best I like that I get connected on both the ends and fully integrated with all the teams. Other best part is I get opportunity to work with different groups which thinks in a different way based on their functions. So I work with extreme technologists who try to stay away from quality reliability. And I work with customer support team who is very dear and near to the quality and reliability. So working with both two extremes is challenging, but also at the same time, it's a very interesting part because I learn a lot from them and I can adjust the style of working so that I can benefit both the teams.
Okay. So, is it quite difficult? How do you manage your time when you're having to oversee the products?
So I have the operating system. This is how I work. So without the operating system of, so I have the big, large team. So the teams are grouped based on the functions, and each function has their own responsibility. So we have a very strict policy of managing the task using the Hoshin process. So Hoshin is a goal management process. Each task is very clearly listed out. Each function has their own task, and those all the tasks gets rolled up to me, and then I have the visibility of end to end, all the requirements and the goals of the project. And each project is looped into the operating system where the tasks are defined, the timelines are defined, the expectations are defined. Whenever things are not meeting the expectation, gets flagged, and immediately we decide either change our expectation, change the timeline, or we add more resources to catch up with the gaps.
So, that was really interesting. Do you think that First Solar products is going to make a big impact to in the economy and in helping different countries reach their net zero target?
Oh, definitely. So in last 3, 4 years, we have grown by 4 to 5x. And that is the first important part. Second, our production process is fully integrated. So our glass enters the production line, and within less than 5 hours, the whole complete solar panel is done. So our process is so fast and is fully integrated without a lot of manual intervention. That gives the consistency on the production process. Then, as the process is completely integrated, replicating the factories is not a problem for us. So we can replicate as much as we want, depending on how much we want to do. On top of that, our product is the product life is 30 years, and we have recently, it was last year, where we got a information from NREL, which is highly recognized reliability, national reliability lab. Our product, they have our product for more than 25 years and it's still working. That means that what we say it happens with the product. Product performs according to that. On top of that, our product is more than 90% recyclable. So the green energy that is generated, we all know solar energy is free and is very clean. So we have more than 50% of the plants in US have our products, and a lot of household and many industries are using our energy. So we are in the right path of improving the climate conditions using our products and based on the solar energy. So we are very confident in helping with the net zero, at least for the products in the countries where whatever countries are buying our product. And our waste is also very limited. So I think that puts us in a very good situation and position for the net zero path.
I think it will as well, actually, because I think that your product would do a lot of good for a lot of different countries.
Definitely.
So, what do you find most challenging about your current role?
The most challenging part is development of the new technology. So we have our current technology that we are using it. It's pretty stable. We are launching the new product Cure that is based on the previous technology, but it has better performance and better stability. When we develop the new technology, those are the unique technologies that we develop. We have the knowledge from the industry is very limited on technologies. So characterizing the technology, making sure that product will work for the life of 30 years, and also preparing our customers to adapt our new technology. Those are the work streams that we need to work on. And it adds some challenges from the timeline point of view, from the resources point of view. But the teams are so much knowledgeable in characterizing that we have opportunity of learning the most before the product goes out. So there are some challenges, but it's minor from the timeline and resource point of view.
Okay, so how do you deal with that then?
So what we do is, as I said, I am integrated cross-functionally. So when we see those challenges, we decide on, okay, there are maybe teams are working on 10 different projects. At that time, we meet together and decide on priority of the project. Some of the projects that are not that high priority, we push out the timeline. We take the resources from other teams and manage that. So this is how it works. Sometimes if we need extra time, we will align with the management and we slow down the rollout process for a few months in order to make sure that the technology is understood properly and we characterize properly before it is released.
That sounds amazing. So, do you have any advice for any graduates wanting to come into the renewable energy?
I think if any engineer or any person, either it's a graduate or experienced person, if they want to think about the future and not for their own generation, but also for many generations, then they have to contribute to the world. The world has given us so much that we need to contribute to them. And the best part of doing that is helping the green energy companies to grow, develop, and create the products that can help to improve the environment.
Yeah, I think so too. So, if you were going to interview maybe a young graduate or senior person, what qualities do you look for?
One is passion. So, what they are passionate about. So, it's very important when you work in the green energy company, there are a lot of uncertainties because those uncertainties comes from the based on the policies, government policies. So when the administration changes, the policy changes, and there are uncertainties with the green energy companies, and we all see that, right? So need to understand if the people are passionate about working for the green energy because that passion will reduce, put the uncertainties on the side, and they will work fully dedicated to the company. Second is the technology is so unique that not everybody comes knowing about the technology. But it's very important to have some technical background from the physics and semiconductors point of view that they can understand how the things will work. And the third is their hungerness to learn and adapt very fast to this industry. This industry is very unique compared to other industries. This is always, I say that our solar panel is maybe $150 a panel, but that has to survive 30 years in the life, sitting outside, going through all the harsh conditions, which is, it is cheaper, but the reliability is much more compared to a car. Because car, you get the warranty of 1 year, but after 10 years maximum, you start seeing things are falling apart. And then there are very few cars that will last for 30 years. But our each solar panel is going to last for 30 years, except some that gets damaged due to the hail and all. So these are the three things that I will ask every new person whom I'm going to interview.
Do you think it's helpful before the interview for the person to know all about the company and to know about the company's products?
At least they should know what we are doing and where we are located, what we are doing, and how the solar panel works. At least the basic. I don't expect all the details around it.
Okay, because I think it would be hard for anybody to go into that
Correct.
if you're having several. Yeah, I would think so too. So I was going to ask you, what motivates you when times get tough? What keeps you going?
The one thing that I have learned is when the time is tough, work hard and focus and let's get out of this tough time because we are in the tough time. Nobody else is going to take out of this tough time. If we don't work hard and get out of it, then we'll just get dragged into this tough time and then it becomes very difficult to come out.
Do you really think that? Do you think it will save you from getting dragged into the tough time?
So currently we had the issue related to one of our product because
Yeah.
of some excursion that happened. And we have been running the task force to understand the problem, fix the problem, and it was a major problem which was publicly announced. We have a lot of customers that we have to manage and all. So there are like more than 200 different work streams related to this task force going on. It's one of the biggest task force that we are managing, and I'm driving that task force. So it's tough time. What we do is I make sure that the team gets motivated, the team has clear direction on what they have to work. I personally and many of my team members work day and night, also on the weekend, and we have a goal of getting out of this tough time. And we have like 70-80% got out of this tough time. We have remaining things that are pending, and we are focusing on it to finish it. So working hard, staying focused, and having the goal of getting out of this tough time is extremely important. If we won't do that, then everything will start piling up and we will drag into the situation where it's difficult to come out.
I think that's really good advice, actually. That's really good advice. Keep going,
Yeah,
no matter what.
right.
Yes, I do. I do like that answer. So, what is your zone of genius? What are you most good at?
A lot of things, but the one thing that I'm very good at is staying calm and managing multiple projects at a time and very smoothly working with different cross-functional teams and working in a collaborative way that whatever is needed gets done without hurting anybody's feeling and also keeping the team motivated. So even in the tough time where there's a lot of pressure, we do jokes in the meetings. And if nobody's saying, I'll try to bring up the topic and at least bring the smile on the people. So I think those are the things that I'm really, really good at it on top of my technical expertise.
Do you think that the team you have around you is very important?
Oh, yeah, it's extremely important.
So, how do you manage your team to get the best out of them?
I have some sort of, based on my experience and my understanding, I can understand very quickly for each individual what they are best at. And I try to work with them in that manner so that I can get best output out of those teams. And that is how I can manage the teams and also manage multiple projects. Like currently, I have more than 50 different projects that my teams are working on. And yeah, there are some challenges with some of them, but most of them are moving forward in a proper way.
So that's all the questions I have today. I would like to thank Ketan for your time. That brings us to an end of another episode. Thanks for listening and see you next week. That brings us to the end of another episode. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, I'd like to gently encourage you to leave a 5-star rating wherever you listen to podcasts and share the show with another person. You can also follow me on LinkedIn or via my website, www.michellefraserconsultancy.com. Thanks again for listening and see you next week.